Social Security can be very confusing. In fact, there are 567 different strategies for you to claim your own benefits. By the end of this video, you will have a better understanding of what Social Security is and how to maximize your retirement income. Hi there, I'm Mark Singer, founder of Your Retirement Authority and president of Safe Harbor Retirement Planning. For up-to-date and timely information on how to maximize your retirement income, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that you can be made aware of when I upload new videos. So let's start today off with what is Social Security. Social Security is the economic foundation for millions of Americans, whether they are retired, disabled, family of retirees, survivors of families. There are over 169 million individuals who are paying into the Social Security system at this point in time, with about 60 million who are receiving benefits. 1 in 4 American families receives benefits from Social Security. Social Security is basically a pay-as-you-go program. So for those who are currently working, they are paying into the program. And for those who are retired or disabled, they are receiving income as beneficiaries. For our purposes, we are going to be focusing on Social Security for those who are or will be retired. Now that you know basically what Social Security is, I want to address one of the big questions people have, which is the system going broke? For that, let me share with you my screen. So before we get into some of the numbers, let's have a little history lesson. Social Security was created in 1935. At that time, there were 3 times as many workers as there were for those who were retired. That trend is obviously switching, where there are now many more retirees, with 10,000 every day are turning age 62. Also, the life expectancy back in 1935 was 61 years old, whereas today it's now 79. So you can see from now, many years later, again, it's a pay-as-you-go system. There are more people taking money out of the system now than there were before, and we're living longer. So in essence, it becomes a math problem. If you take a look at the OASDI numbers, and what does that stand for? Old Age Survivor Disability Insurance Program, you can see that basically there is the same amount of money at the end of 2017 as there was in 2018. In essence, we're at pretty much a break even. But as we go to the next slide, you will see here that the long-term projections are such that it's about 79% of the guaranteed benefits will be able to be paid out in the year 2034. This was a part of the annual report that came out this year. So assuming that we do absolutely nothing, then this is what will happen. However, we are taking a look at, or I should say Congress is taking a look at, a number of different initiatives to make changes to the system as they did back in the 1980s. So it really isn't going to take a lot to make significant changes to the system and bolster the numbers for the future. What we see here is that we believe that the baby boomers, the bottom line is really nothing to be worried about at this time. So the next point I want to go over with regards to Social Security basics is who's eligible. Now remember, we're just going to really talk about, when it comes to Social Security and the entire program, just that applies to retirees. So when you turn 62, you become eligible to make a claim. That's not to say you should, and it is one of the big mistakes that people make when it comes to claiming their Social Security benefits. almost 1/3 of people who reach the age of 62 actually claim it at that age. And even Social Security indicates in their studies what a big mistake that is and how tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending upon your situation, could be left on the table for doing so. Also, those who are eligible, those who are married, the spouses. If you are divorced, you are also eligible for a divorced benefit. And if you are widowed, you are actually eligible for a widowed or survivor benefit. Now, you're not eligible for all of them at once. You can just take one claim and one benefit, but make sure that when you select out of all the strategies, the one that you select is the maximum one for you. One thing to remember when you do turn 62 is that you must be eligible to claim benefits. In other words, you must have 40 quarters of eligibility where you paid into the system during that time. So make sure when you look at your statement that you have enough credits to be eligible to place a claim on your own work record. As I mentioned, there are 567 different strategies to claim on. If you are interested in more information after this video, you can click on the link below to view our next video, which is When Should I Apply for Social Security? But let's talk about it for a moment, and let me share with you my screen as I continue to talk. So as you can see on the screen, there are several different factors to consider when deciding when to apply. Health status, life expectancy, the need for income and whether or not you continue to work either full-time or part-time, and then your survivor's needs. Now let's take a look at why you should be delaying benefits and why we recommend that most people do. It's not for everyone, but it is for most people. And on this slide where it says why delay benefits, we're assuming that at full retirement age, age 67 for this individual, that their primary insurance amount, the amount that they expect to receive at age 67, is $2,800. And we're also going to assume a 2.6% annual cost of living adjustment. So let's take a look initially and start up top where it says if the benefits were claimed at age 62, you would actually only get 70% of that benefit at age 62, or you'd only get $1,960. If you waited till age 67, that benefit would increase to fully that $2,800, but also the assumption is you would get the cost of living running at 2.6%. So your $1,960 that you would have gotten at age 62 would be $3,183 at age 67, or if you waited till age 70, the maximum age at which you can delay your credit, it would be $4,263. So you actually have a 75% increase in your income if you wait. In other words, the studies show that age 62, you can leave tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, on the table by taking it early versus waiting till you're at least full retirement age, if not age 70. The next talking point I'd like to share with you is whether or not you actually have to go into the local Social Security office. I've been in this business for over 30 years now and have heard lots of stories about clients who have been at the Social Security office and the mixed reviews that we've heard. And the reality is that for almost everyone, you do not have to go into the Social Security office. There is one category of individuals who must go down to the Social Security office, and that's the widow. And for some reason, that widow still needs to go down. And the interesting part is that some of the studies show that it is actually the widows who end up leaving more money on the table because they're having to rely upon the information without guidance, and I'll talk about that in just a moment, from the Social Security personnel. So let me share with you a particular slide in terms of how you can actually guesstimate what your personal Social Security benefit will be. You'll need to go on the Social Security website and go on My Statement. And there's another good reason for going on My Statement other than just initiating your benefit or understanding or guesstimating what your benefit will be, is that once you do go into My Statement, it's very important, even if you haven't reached the age of 62 or haven't made a claim, that once you do that, it lowers the risk of your Social Security number being stolen. So that's a very important thing for you to do. But you can go on the www.socialsecurity.gov. You can estimate your particular benefit. They have calculators, but remember, on that calculator, they do not assume any inflation. Even though the trustees are assuming a 2.6% annual inflation rate looking forward, it is not on the calculator. So whatever number you see on the calculator may be more than the number you will actually receive. So again, you can do almost all of your claiming at home. You don't have to go down to the Social Security office itself, again, unless you are a widow. It is important, if you do go down to the local Social Security office, to understand what the people there can and cannot do. First, they can estimate your individual benefits, and they can tell you the amount that you are entitled to. What they cannot do is project future benefits through scenario planning or help with innovative strategies designed to maximize benefits. So it's important that if you are working with an advisor and they have some of the calculators available for you, to go back to your advisor and to talk to him and her and to see if you can get that answer from them without having to go down to the office itself. So if you are confused about all the 567 different claiming strategies and you want to know more and get some more clarity, and if you would like to develop your own personalized retirement income plan designed to maximize your retirement income, click on the link below to become my client. Also, if you like this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and tell your friends about it. Thank you very much for watching, and here's to enjoying the retirement journey.